Quarterfinals are done, folks. Rugby World Cup 2023. How has this affected the Rugby World Rankings? Well, we've got a new team at number one, and that team is South Africa. We'll go through the rest of the rankings, who's up, who's down, talk about the permutations for the upcoming semi-finals, and you guys can let us know your thoughts on how these are going to go. I know everyone thinks Rugby World Rankings don't matter. We just won a trophy in 2 weeks, but still, I like to look at how things are changing, and they have changed. Ireland dropped to number 3 with that loss over the All Blacks. The All Blacks jump up into second, up from 4th spot. So big changes. New Zealand up from 87.69 to 90.91. Remembering the points exchanges doubled during the World Cup. Ireland down from 93.79 to 90.57. And then South Africa with their win over France. Number 1 in the world. Up from 87.70 to 92.48. France down into 4th from 2nd. So, yeah, some big changes amongst that top 4. Everyone thinks, I think, that it sucks that 2 of the top 4 teams are out of the stage of the tournament, but that has been kind of discussed to death, that is the way the draw was just going to happen. As Warren Catlin said, if you wanted a different draw, you should have done better at the last World Cup. But his team's also dropped with their quarterfinal exit. Wales down into 7th. They've swapped places with Argentina. There was about a 3-point exchange there. Argentina up from 80.55 to 83.07. Wales are on the reverse end of that. And England have passed Scotland, 83.24 up to 84.03. That's the smallest points exchange between England and Fiji, just because the other teams were closer. And the closer you are, the more points you take from someone. The higher you are, more far ahead you are of somebody else, the fewer points you can take from them. Remember, if it's beyond 10 points, then you don't take anything. So, yeah, England didn't get a heck of a lot of gain from Fiji, but as I said, they have passed Scotland to go up into 5th. So we've got the first place team left, South Africa. Are they now the favourites? You got 2nd place New Zealand, 5th place England, and 7th placed Argentina. 3 Southern Hemisphere teams. England flying the flag for the Northern Hemisphere. If you're a neutral, who do you want to win? Would you rather the All Blacks get it done, because traditionally they are a lot of people's second team? I feel like people like the All Blacks, like they've got a pretty big following, but maybe not so much in recent years. Are you getting behind the box to be the most successful team in Rugby World Cup history, to get the first time to get 4 times hands on the trophy? They've certainly got the best success rate in terms of the fact that they didn't compete at the first couple of World Cups and have still got as many as the All Blacks. Would you like to see England get it done to fly that flag for the Northern Hemisphere? Or would you like to see Argentina get it done as the kind of first time for them, and then to go along with that Football World Cup they won a wee while back? Permutations for the World Rankings for the semi-finals. For what it's worth, Argentina can go up to 7th if they win and get into a World Cup final along the way. New Zealand can only get about half a point by beating Argentina, so they're not going to have a drastic change. Likewise, South Africa, less than half a point if they beat England, so not drastic change for them either. England to catch France, I think, would need like a 16-point win, because you get a small chunk of points if you win by 1 to 15, and you get a bigger chunk if it's 16 plus. So they would need that bigger chunk to pass France. Again, more importantly, would be getting themselves into a World Cup final for the 2nd World Cup running. China, if you are curious, are in 82nd spot behind all these teams, which haven't changed. I mentioned China because if you haven't seen it, a wee while earlier this year, I went to see a warship while I was in China, and they had like 3 layers of security you had to go through: passport, name, phone number, and then one of the ladies was kind of blown away by the fact that I could converse with her in the Chinese language. So if you want to check that out, that's 2 Cents on Tour. Certainly something a bit different. But yeah, China are 82nd, just ahead of Barbados. So not really a rugby powerhouse. All these teams that didn't play, including Scotland and the Wallabies, are also kind of no changes there. But yeah, you guys let us know your thoughts on the World Rankings. Do you think South Africa is number 1 side are now the favourites? Do you see the All Blacks as favourites? Or can you see one of the 2 of the lower ranked teams, England and Argentina, causing a wee upset? You guys let us know your thoughts, and talk to you guys again soon. See you later.